Oh shit, here we are. Government Road, Michaels Bay Road. So from the last place we were at, which was Province Bay over at the dock, that was 20 kilometers away. Well, our destination is 20 kilometers away, and we're about 4 kilometers away from there. So I guess we just traveled 16. Before the turn off to Mindamoya, I was only down 20% battery. After I do all my math, how much kilometers it took us to get to Province Bay, it said 27 kilometers the route we took, and then from here that's 47, and then oh excuse me, so that's 47, and then we're about 20 kilometers from home. So the whole thing adds up to about 67. There's, on the odometer it said 817 and a half when I left the house. So provided I don't put it in high gear and go as fast as I can, we should have more than enough battery to make it home comfortably. To get to Province Bay, I was in 4th gear and I had it pinned the whole time, which kind of averages me out around 50, maybe 55 kilometers an hour. And when I realized I was going to make it all the way to over here for this little trip, this little experiment, this little bucket list item for the summer, when I realized I was going to come out here, I put it down into gear 3, and then I have that pinned. So right now I'm going between 35 and 38 kilometers an hour. That's in an effort to preserve the battery that I need to get home. So I'm here at Michaels Bay now. This is stop number 3. We'll see if there's anything in there. There's likely no salmon or nothing like that, but that doesn't mean there won't be, you know, like a smallmouth or something. Gotta be something in there, right? Maybe a big creek chub. I have my ultralight rig, maybe that'll work. I'm gonna shut her down early. There's too many people here. Takes away from the fun when there's lots of people around. The exclusivity of it all. Finish my pop and head on home. The point of this trip, I guess, was to just we'll see if it could be done. And to appreciate a really good day. A beautiful day, prime weather. Well, I did kind of sneak upstream just to take a peek if there's any fish kicking around. I saw one small salmon, I think it's a chum. Or a pink. Maybe not a chum, let's say a pink. Because it was really small. Well, last year in November I caught some coho here. Anyway, I guess the salmon run is just starting. Because there's some guy down there who caught one. some dude who shouldn't, some dude who's fishing in a sanctuary. You know, somebody can say, well, you're fishing in a sanctuary. Well, there's a difference. My community, Chiging, had a fishing camp in the same area since time immemorial. Around this area used to be our fishing camps, seasonal fishing camps. Come on, man. Come on. All right, now I feel like Fred Penner. Well, my screen says 40%. I still have 40% battery. That percentage, you know, I know that's not something to really trust, you know, because it seems I lose 20% at a time. Sometimes I'm looking at the thing and it says 80%, and I'll look and it says 60. So I guess I'm just approaching the end. Anyway, it was a good idea to take it down to third gear and go slow. And like I was saying, this is one of the things that I want to do this summer. You know, I like going fast. I like using my 450 and going really fast in the bush and off-road. I like using my 250 to go in the bush fast. I like that fast stuff. But this, with the scooter, going from place to place, town to town, if you want good range, you have to slow down. So in a way, the scooter is a way of going slow, but going slow fast. So I guess that's what you can say I'm doing. I'm just taking it easy, but I'm also going kind of fast. So I was just thinking about that while I'm riding here, going 35 kilometers an hour. Pretty sure that's actually the legal limit to stuff. Anyway, just being a legal beagle here, cruising. I think I'm gonna swing by the bank, grab some cash, maybe go to the powwow. Holy shit, we're almost there. Uh-oh, we only got 20% left of battery. After doing a bunch of research online about these scooters, ideally you want to charge them to 80% and you don't want to drain them past 20%. But they say also, you know, you don't do it all the time. So if you keep draining it like this over time, every day you're draining it like this, you will cause some sort of damage. Probably reduce your range. But so far, you know, if you follow the 80-20 rule, and I kind of have, you know, that even goes for charging it. If you charge it to 100% and then you leave it for a really long time, so let's say a month, and you leave it charged at 100%, it could damage the battery. So if you're gonna leave it for long, you know, make sure you don't charge it past 80%.
So you get points?
What'd you say?
I I knew it was you.
Yeah, she's like, hey, is that Uncle? I don't know, there's fish there. That's the moose with the shipwalk thing.
It's a ball ball.
Okay.
That's Arian's favorite character.
I'm really picky about my fish dinners. It's like if I'm gonna buy it, it's gonna be better than mine.
And they've been selling under their houses here, this place.
I just want some, you know, typical stuff. Just a couple scone dogs and chili.
I know.
I don't want no. It's hilarious to go to a powwow and order a poutine, but I went to all the traditional places and a lot of the stuff I like is all sold out. So poutine it is. I feel like you're on supper break or something too. Well, I guess that's it for today's episode of What Were You Thinking? With your illustrious host at Corbier. So we went all the way on the back roads, Province Bay. We fished the river, and then we fished the dock, and then we went all the way to Michael's Bay. Then we stopped in Minnemoya for money, and then we stopped at the powwow for food, and we're just about home now. Now my little puppy is going to be pretty pissed off. He was in the house all day. Hopefully he didn't leave me a mess. Anyway, it was a good day.